For my demonstration speech, I'm going to be showing you how to make a Christmas bow. These are very easy to make. A lady I know taught me how to make them a few years ago. Here's what one will look like when you're done with it. This one's a little bit smaller. The one I'm going to show you how to make will probably end up being a little bit bigger because the ribbon is bigger. So to make the bow, all you need is two materials. So you just need ribbon. Wired ribbon is the best. You can use mesh and other little things to put in it, but wired ribbon to have a good basis is the best thing to use. So I have one that has candy canes and one that has snowflakes and glitter. The next thing you're going to need is wire. This is just plain floral wire. You can use jewelry wire, floral wire. I believe that there's a wire specifically made for making bows, but just any thin wire will work, enough to hold it together. And if you want to, you can also use a pipe cleaner. If you are trying to attach it to a post or something, pipe cleaners work wonderful. So to start off with, I have 3 rolls of ribbon, and I'm just going to take each one, the end of each one, and bring them together. Just put them in like a little stack. And here's the third one. And you can just let the excess hang on the floor. So I've got them all 3 held together. I'm going to straighten them out just a little bit. Right about there. Then what we're going to do is you're going to take it, and this part depends on how big you want it. If you want it smaller, you make your loops smaller. If you want it bigger, you make the loops bigger. Again, however you want to do it. And you can always use more than 3 pieces of ribbon. You can use 5, 6, however many you want to. But 3 is easy to begin with. So I'm just going to take the end and I'm going to fold it down and make a little loop. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Well, we'll make it about that. Then I'm going to take this part and I'm going to fold it down. So we have a nice small loop, and that'll be about the size of your ribbon. So this one will be a little bit smaller, but it would be perfect for the top of a small Christmas tree or anything like that. So then you're just going to take the 3 pieces again, and you're going to flip them backwards. Just like this. You're going to take them and flip them down again, and continuously just make loops just like that. And that's going to be the basis for your ribbon. And when you're making it, you want to try and keep it all together and about the same length. If some of them are a little longer or shorter, it's fine. It does add dimension, but you don't want it to be a lot longer or a lot shorter, because then when you're trying to fluff it out, it's not going to look quite as good. So we're just going to take it. And I learned how to make these bows a few years ago because I am left-handed, and a lady I know is left-handed. So she offered to teach me how to do a lot of different crafts, and bow making was one of those things because it was easier for her to teach me than somebody who was right-handed. So we are almost to the ends. Now, when you get to the end, you can leave as much or as little hanging as you want. If you want a really pretty tail to the ribbon, then you can leave a lot hanging, but if you don't, you're not really worried about it. You don't have to leave any hanging if you don't want to. So we're just gonna pull them off the rolls. Make sure they're off the rolls. Finish up with that last loop. I'm going to leave this much of a tail hanging just because I personally like it. Then I have a piece of wire that I've already cut. It's probably about 6 inches long. And all you're going to do is you're going to kind of smush the ribbon in the middle. Just kind of smush it together into kind of a round shape. Take the ribbon and just twist it on. Pull it as tight as you can. Whoops. And twist it together. So this part honestly does help if you have an extra set of hands, but it's usually pretty easy. So, and when you're doing it, it's better to have a more solid color ribbon than wire than blue, but that's all I had. So now I'm just going to take any excess wire and kind of wrap it around. So you see the tail, and you want to make sure the wire is centered in the middle of the ribbon. So here's our tail. Then on each side, we're just going to take the pieces and pull them apart. Kind of open it up, and then once you do that, you're going to start pulling each piece apart. So you can pull each ribbon in a different direction to make it look a little different. So like I've pulled the silver to one side, and then in the middle, then the other side. Just however you want to do it to kind of give some different dimension and just make a nice variety look in the ribbon. You just get all of it pulled out, and then go to the next side, get all of it pulled out. It's pretty easy to do, and this is the part I love because then you can kind of make the ribbon look however you want to. If you want it to look like a bow, like just one half, you can, or if you wanted to make it look like a super full bow, you can. This is also the part where if you wanted to add other things like little pieces of sticks or anything, any sort of holiday thing, you can. And they also make these little green sticks, I don't have any, that you can attach to it to put on stuff. So those are great to have as well, and you can get them at any crafting store, and you can get the ribbon at any dollar store or any Walmart or anything like that. So I'm just going to keep kind of pulling and fluffing, and then in just a minute, it usually only takes me a couple minutes to do that, to kind of pull the ribbon, round it out a little bit. This is why you used wired ribbon, because if it's not wired, it's not going to hold its shape like it's supposed to. And then you're just honestly going to have wasted your time in making it. And there you go. And it's not perfect yet, but that is how you make a Christmas ribbon.